Welcome back to Cantina Customs. Here's a look at my custom Crockers Hrchek Fas and Sai'torr Fas. Now, Hrchek Fas is made from the Legacy Collection figure, which has a lot of potential, but it needs just a little bit of work to be accurate. So I painted in the eyes, I swapped out the reptilian hands and feet for some gloves and boots, and then I painted in the V-neck and the stripe details on the shirt. The gloves are from an Imperial Engineer, which is the gray Death Star gunner, and then the boots are from the Janek Sunbur action figure, which is basically just a Imperial officer with a dirtied up uniform. Hrchek Fas to me has kind of a lean to him. The stock action figure has kind of a lean when he stands, so I wanted to make sure that I had some boots that I could trim off to make him stand a little straighter, and then some articulated ankles to kind of help with him standing up. Then Sai'torr Fas is made from a resin cast head and a resin cast torso from the Hrchek Fas figure. I added the arms from a Endor Rebel soldier. I dyed them green. I thought that they were the right length, plus they were a very light color, so I could dye them green. I don't have to worry about the paint scraping off on the elbow joints. Then the legs are from that same Death Star Imperial Engineer figure, which is a Death Star gunner, but it's in gray. I painted the head, painted the torso, and I added, you can barely see it, but I did add the V-neck details to the shirt. There's a slight striping to the sleeves, and then once I painted it, I gave the figure a wash with oiled earth. And so this is a custom resin cast head that I made, a custom resin cast torso, which I think are the two best parts of the Hrchek Fas action figure from the Legacy Collection. So now I've got both of the Crockers. These are some characters that I think that Hasbro is probably going to revisit. I think that the figures at the front of the bar are just as important, if not more important, than the Rick Baker alien. So I would love to see Hasbro make more movie accurate versions of Hrchek Fas and Sai'torr Fas.